Canada has already welcomed 9,900 French-speaking permanent residents in just the first 5 months of 2026, and it's aiming for 30,150 by the end of the year. But here's the surprising part. While the admission numbers look behind schedule, the latest express entry invitations suggest Canada is actually on track to hit its target. Plus, French speakers continue to enjoy one of the biggest advantages for PR, but that advantage could soon change. Stay till the end to find out what this means for your Canada immigration plans. Canada continues to make Francophone immigration a major priority, especially outside Quebec. According to the latest data, between January and May 2026, IRCC granted permanent residency to 9,900 French-speaking immigrants planning to settle outside Quebec. This represents just under 33% of Canada's 2026 target of 30,150 Francophone permanent residents, leaving 7 months for the government to achieve the remaining admissions. At first glance, these numbers may seem a little behind schedule, but the complete picture tells a very different story. Under Canada's immigration levels plan 2026 to 2028, French-speaking immigrants settling outside Quebec are expected to account for 9% of all permanent resident admissions in 2026, which equals around 30,150 newcomers. And this isn't a one-year initiative. Canada plans to gradually increase this target every year. The percentage will rise to 9.5% in 2027, 10.5% in 2028, and reach 12% by 2029. This clearly shows Canada's long-term commitment to strengthening French-speaking communities across provinces outside Quebec. So, how are these Francophone immigrants selected? The primary pathway is Express Entry, Canada's flagship immigration system for skilled workers. Candidates who qualify under programs such as the Federal Skilled Worker Program, the Canadian Experience Class, or the Federal Skilled Trades Program can enter the Express Entry pool. Applicants receive comprehensive ranking system, points based on factors like age, education, work experience, and language ability. Candidates with strong French language skills receive additional CRS points, giving them a valuable advantage over many other applicants. Throughout 2026, IRCC has continued inviting French-speaking candidates through both Canadian Experience Class draws and dedicated French language category-based draws. But Express Entry isn't the only option. Canada's provincial nominee programs also play a significant role in attracting Francophone immigrants. In 2024 alone, provincial nominations accounted for approximately 3,650 French-speaking admissions, representing about 12% of all Francophone permanent residents outside Quebec. Some provinces, including New Brunswick and the Northwest Territories, even offer dedicated Francophone immigration streams designed specifically for French-speaking applicants. Another important pathway is the Francophone Community Immigration Pilot, launched in January 2025, which aims to strengthen and grow French-speaking communities across Canada. Now, let's answer the big question. Is Canada actually on track to meet its Francophone immigration target for 2026? Looking only at permanent resident admissions, it might appear that IRCC is slightly behind. By the end of May, Canada had welcomed 9,900 French-speaking permanent residents, while an even monthly distribution would have suggested approximately 12,562 admissions by that point. However, admissions data alone doesn't tell the full story. The much more important indicator is the number of invitations to apply, or ITAs, issued through Express Entry. Between January and April 2026, IRCC issued 26,000 ITAs through French language category draws. By the middle of the year, that number had already increased to 30,500 invitations. After receiving an ITA, candidates have 60 days to submit their permanent residence application, and processing generally takes around 6 to 7 months, depending on the immigration program. Based on approval rates from 2025, experts estimate that approximately 70% of these applicants will successfully receive permanent residency. That works out to roughly 20,680 approved French-speaking applicants from those invitations alone, not including spouses or dependents. When these projected approvals are combined with admissions already completed, Canada appears well positioned to reach approximately 30,580 French-speaking permanent residents outside Quebec in 2026, even before counting applicants coming through provincial programs or other immigration pathways. But there's another challenge that Canada is now facing. Many French-speaking immigrants who are selected to settle outside Quebec are eventually moving to Quebec after becoming permanent residents. According to recent IRCC data, around 5,300 Francophone permanent residents relocated to Quebec in 2024, compared with 3,300 in 2023. That's a significant increase. In fact, out of the 30,550 French-speaking immigrants admitted outside Quebec in 2024, more than 17% eventually moved to Quebec. This trend raises concerns because it weakens Canada's goal of strengthening French-speaking communities across the rest of the country. It also highlights possible challenges, including limited community support and fewer French-language employment opportunities outside Quebec. So, what does all of this mean for future immigrants? If you're a French-speaking candidate in the express entry pool, your chances of receiving an invitation to apply remain stronger than those of many other applicants. With Canada's francophone immigration targets increasing every year until at least 2029, dedicated French-language draws are expected to continue, and their CRS cutoff scores are likely to remain more competitive than many regular Canadian experience class draws. However, there is one important update to watch. IRCC has proposed removing the additional CRS bonus points currently awarded for French language proficiency. If this proposal becomes official, some French-speaking express entry candidates could see their CRS scores decrease by up to 50 points. Even with that possible change, French language skills are expected to remain one of the strongest advantages for anyone planning to immigrate to Canada. If you're planning your Canadian immigration journey, staying updated on these policy changes can make a huge difference in your success. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest Canada immigration updates.